Welcome to another episode of Celebrity Mysticism, starring Naya Moon. Okay, I'm a dream interpreter, an intuitive reader, a tarot reader, a medium, a psychic, and so much more. Before I start the video off, this is all alleged, okay, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Now, let's talk about it. So, this was one of my requested readings, and I see you guys' comments. Let's just get into it. All right, so I asked, the current energy of him, and I feel like he still pretty much have the same type of attitude, and I feel like he's doing a lot better now, you know, with everything that's kind of coming out and going on. I feel like, while he was here, a lot of things that he did not know about people, he's just kind of sitting back and watching everybody, that was around him, because Dolph really took care of his artists, his family, and everybody that really meant something to him. He made sure that they were well taken care of. I feel as long as, they were trying to do something with their life and they were putting in some type of effort, I feel he always kept his faith. He's still very much showing up as, I feel, a very boss like man, he still is very much, I feel, a Leo to his fucking core. I do feel like, he did have some disappointments, okay? Feeling as if a lot of people that y'all might have seen him with while he was still physically here, that y'all think that they are good people and they are not, unfortunately and sadly. But I feel things are still going to come out about this case. People may try to like downplay it, or they might say that this case is over. I don't feel that way. I feel like it's still missing pieces to this damn puzzle. I do feel like and I feel like this could be his wife, okay? Someone that's very like in tune with themselves, all right? And that is focused on ensuring that we still recognize him as the king that he was, the man that he was, because at the end of the day, he was a real, actual, I feel, stand-up guy and family man. It's given like he sacrificed himself, um, for everyone else, to ensure that everyone else had what he never had. And as sad as that is, it's just the way that this is being pointed. And I feel like, we're still going to get good things surrounded by Dolph's name, his history, with his wife and things of that nature. I still feel like she's going to carry out his name and his legacy. And I feel maybe show different things about him that we did not already know on a personal tip. So I asked, how does he feel about Key Glock? And whew, this is kind of a little like crazy, it's given that, like, from what I'm getting, is that it was a lot of changes, within their dynamic before he passed. And it's like now, he sees like what Dolph had to deal with while he was here, from the labels, from being in the industry, to having people betray you, a lot of different, I feel, emotions, okay? It's very emotional here. Like, he doesn't necessarily agree with everything that Key Glock is doing behind the scenes, per se, because it's kind of giving like greed, everything is just about money. And for him, per se, Dolph, to be exact, money, yes, good, cool, but you still have to have your morals intact as a man, your principles intact as a man. Excuse me, who you are as an individual matters. And I feel like, it was some sort of conflict, before he passed. It was, I feel, some losses, okay? Some big losses between him and, I feel, Key Glock. I wouldn't say that they were beefing per se, but just maybe not seeing eye to eye on a few things on a personal tip. And I'm hearing the industry, how he's maneuvering, okay? Because I don't feel like he's completely innocent, but I don't feel like he's guilty either. Like, it's like, I don't know. I'm hearing you just can't make a nigga real. Nigga already gotta be real. A nigga already gotta be real. A nigga ain't real, then it don't matter. Your character and shit like that really does matter as a man. And you have to be who you say you are and who you trying to present yourself as. Because a man that really has like a keen sense, he will know if you're a real man or not. And it's also, I feel, a respect thing. So that's what I'm getting from that. I honestly feel like Key Glock knew something was finna happen. He knew, and he didn't say shit about it. He knew exactly what Dolph was. He really did. I'm not blaming it on him. I'm not getting that, but I'm just saying, damn, he could have told him something. But also, the people in that damn cookie shop is dead ass wrong too, because I feel like they the ones who dropped the location. Now, I haven't been studying this case. I'm only just telling y'all what I'm getting. But they dead ass wrong, because I feel like he's been going to that cookie shop, you know, like he's been supporting them people, and they just let them folks come up in there and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and barely even really, I want to say, feel like they want to fucking call for help at all. Like, I'm getting the sense that they just kind of let him lay there for a second, you know, with everything that happened. It wasn't like how, you know, and you are very aware in a sense where something like that happens and you're moving actively to try to get that person some help. It's just like they said, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of this was like money motivated, you know? And I don't honestly feel like this was a street thing. People keep trying to say that it was a street thing. I feel like, you know, people in the streets felt some type of way, and, you know, but I don't even really feel like those guys that got arrested really actively did it. I feel like they're just the fall guys, and honestly, they're just gonna have to take the fucking rap. Like, you know, like they're just taking the heat for it, you know, so they can paint it as like some street shit. Really, they wanted Dolph Soul, okay, and they are, or was angry because he would not comply with their rules. Like, he really was staying independent for a really long time. He kept denying their deals for a reason, because his morals and his principles were more important to him than being signed to, I feel, like a really huge label, because he already knows what comes with that. You know, you're basically like a fucking slave, and you have to do a bunch of weird shit. And if you don't, they will blackmail your ass. They won't play your music. They will close doors on you. They will play you like a motherfucking fool. My thing is, he didn't want to be nobody's puppet. You know, he didn't want nobody to tell him what to do, how to move. So the beefs that we seen him in were already there before people even got signed and they got in these record label deals. Like, those were real actual beef. I feel like people from the city even knows that, you know, that was some real shit. But the real reason why they were beefing, I feel, aside him and Yo Gotti, was really for no fucking reason. It was over some petty dumb shit, like, you know, people feeling like they need to be seen, or they have to do X, Y, and Z to secure a spot, just to come to find out, shit, a lot of those artists don't even really have no longevity in this industry now. We don't even hear music from a lot of these people anymore. So it's just kind of crazy. But, you know, they always say blood in, blood out. And he just wasn't willing to be no fucking pawn, y'all. Like, I feel like they tried to get him a couple of times to do some weird, crazy shit. And he was like, hell no. He made himself so busy to the point where he didn't even really step out unless it was a bag involved, or it was legit and it was right. And it wasn't on no, they trying to sneak and do like a ritual on him, or they trying to get him vulnerable or get him into certain vices that he already knew wasn't his fucking vices. You know, like, we all know all Dolph did was drink a little bit and he liked smoking weed, you know, and I want to say maybe he was on walk, you know. So other than that, he wasn't into all of that shit. And I feel like them people was mad because they wanted to steal, I feel, a lot from him, and he would not give those people, I want to say, even like an inch or like an inkling as to what his true recipe was to how he put out his music, you know, how he got people to listen to him. Dolph was more than just a street dude, you know what I'm saying? And he was a businessman, like a really big businessman at heart. Like, Dolph owns a lot of properties and like a bunch of other shit, you know what I'm saying? He owns a lot of different things. For him to have come into the game the way he did, and to learn like it was other ways for him to get money other than making music and starting like a label, that shit was genius. Because, you know, they don't tell you, a lot of these artists, they don't have that shit figured out. They don't know no other ways to make money other than to do a show, to do some music, you know, or to do them interviews, to, you know, do PR, get people talking about their songs, things of that nature. So I asked about his wife and shit like that, you know, involving her. And I'm saying, like, you know, she's gonna be good. She just needs to continue to protect herself, his legacy. And it's like, she knows eventually the truth is gonna come out about how he really passed and what really happened to him. And staying away from people that are, you know, greedy, lustful, don't really have good intentions towards her. I feel like she's still grieving, you know, but I do see her doing some mental health talks with people in interviews, or, you know, just going on like a love and light campaign. Not saying that she's being like fake woke or nothing. I feel like she is very much so very aligned with her purpose and what she's supposed to be doing. But he does want her to kind of take some time and spend, you know, spend it by herself. Stay away from a lot of people. But I feel like she's a very guarded person anyways, you know. Stay away from deceiving, sneaky, conniving motherfuckers, because they is out here. And they will try to get close to her just because, that's his wife. But I see, when he thinks of her, he thinks about all the good times that they had, all the bad times that they had. He loves this woman, like, wholeheartedly. He don't have nothing bad to say about her. Even when I pull cards, it's nothing here really, I want to say, out of whack or out of the way. When it comes to her, he feels like she's a damn good mother. She stands on business and she's doing what the fuck she's supposed to do, and she's moving how a woman who has lost her man is supposed to move. She's not out here trying to be seen. She's not out here looking for the next best thing. He's literally protecting her though, and his children. He holds them very near and dear to his heart. He's like, that's his boss lady. She take care of business. But yeah, that's his main thing. Like, stay away from temptation. Keep yourself going. He wants her to be happy. At the end of the day, that's what he wants. He really wants her to live life and not have any regrets, and like see what else the world has to offer her, because of course shit not gonna be the same because he's not present physically anymore. But I feel like he be making his presence known around her and their children, and I feel like that gives her a little bit of peace, and harmony, but it won't never be the same. I also feel like if we was to ever see her in another relationship, it won't ever be the same. I'm not saying that she is, but like I said, eventually he want her still to live, but I don't feel like she's ever going to deal with someone the same way she has dealt with him. Like, she may not remarry, she may not be married. I feel like dating is kind of the last thing on her mind anyways. Like, she still deals with anxiety, okay? I feel like there's a lot of anxiety surrounded by her, and trying to make sure her kids don't really feel the difference, because I feel like when she talks to her children about how he's not coming back, it just breaks her heart all over again, because then it's in the sense to where she's playing both roles. I feel like his parents are very active with her, and they get along very well, so his family unit is very tight, and they're all sticking it out together. So I don't feel like he has nothing bad to say about his family either. I feel like he loves his people, and he really wants his artists and shit like that to chill out a little bit, especially with these RICO charges they hit motherfuckers with. He don't want none of his artists to really get into no trouble. He's thinking bigger, like, they gotta stop that shit, That's what wounded him up into certain situations that could have been avoided. Some, not all, but they not thinking like that right now. They just on like a grieving point and a grieving standpoint of things, and how they feel like, oh, it's this person's fault. It's this person's fault. We need to retaliate. We need to do X, Y, and Z. And sometimes you don't need to retaliate. You don't, because it's bigger than what they thinking it is. It's deeper than this. This shit is like, y'all gotta understand, the labels and shit already be knowing that these people have beefs. They just put money behind the shit and let them kill each other and do all type of crazy ass shit to each other, not realizing that these people are still human beings at the end of the day, outside of these entities that they built off of the artistry that they built, off of the entertainment that they built. These are their real fucking lives. These are black men at the end of the day losing their lives to violence that they're trying to portray as, conquer and divide, and that is black on black crime. But this shit wasn't no black on black crime, you feel me? This was an industry hit like a motherfucker, and they're just painting it as like, see, for example, this is why, like, when they be like, oh, let's move to the suburbs, when they move their families and shit out of the hood, and then you gotta worry about other niggas that's in the same area as you, because you don't know if they're good people. They may steal from you, they may try to do something to you, they might be weird, you know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about the racist white folks and shit that might be out there. Not saying that all of them is racist, but yeah, it's like that type of thing. These men really do deserve to grow old. These men really do deserve to have a life outside of violence. And it's like, even when they do leave the streets in the hood, now they have to worry about other things that a lot of people don't understand, because they can't see that's going on in the world behind closed doors when it comes to this lifestyle that they're kind of showing y'all, but they only showing y'all bits and pieces, because if they showed y'all everything, all the motherfuckers would be locked up, But you got to think about it. Who also controls like the prison system, the radio system? It's deeper, like I said, than what y'all fucking think. So I asked about Yo Gotti, and he just like, he's still a bitch. That's the first thing I heard. Like, it's like, he's still a bitch. He's still a hoe ass nigga. He happy that I'm going him out of here. But what he don't realize is that, nigga, you taking oaths and shit behind closed doors, and you acting like you just this general, you just this big stuff, but you ain't really even all of that for real. You over here looking over your shoulder and shit, working in cahoots with these motherfucking people, being sloppy and impulsive. But the public, it's like the public gonna know, the public gonna see exactly what the fuck I was talking about and why I was dissing you and why I was getting on your ass for real. They gonna see, who the real, cause he still feel like he the king of Memphis. Like that's how Dolph really feel. Like he like, I ain't bending, I ain't breaking. It is what it is. People gonna start to peep and see what the fuck it is and what the fuck it ain't when it come down to the nigga whole Gotti. Oh, when it go, he call him a hoe. I'm not picking sides or nothing, y'all, but this shit is funny. This man calling this man a hoe for real. He still don't respect him and shit like that. He just like, he has hidden motives. He always has had hidden motives. That's why he ain't signed with his ass. That's why they was beefing this shit. Aside of little shit from the streets, it's just like, he the type of nigga that'll sacrifice the next man, to move up. Dolph is the type of nigga that will sacrifice himself. So his folks can still be put on, and they can see life, and they can get their own view of what the fuck is really happening, what's really not. So, but I always had like a weird feeling about Yo Gotti. Anyway, I'm not saying that he a bad person, because I don't know these people personally. I'm just talking about energetic wise. He be doing some flawed ass shit for real to these dudes. These niggas that signed to him and shit like that. But just look who the fuck he be around anyway. Like who he hang around. Who parties and shit like that he be at. I'm not saying that he into that type of shit, but at the same time, you are the company that you keep type thing when it comes to their circles, when it comes to this music shit. Like the entertainment industry and the music industry is a wild ass place. Not everybody is like that though, y'all. I don't want y'all to get in your head and make it and take this as a fear or anything for all the upcoming artists and shit like that. Like that's not what I mean. It's just like you have to be careful, because a lot of men that you're gonna look up to artistry wise, they might not even fucking like you when you get in the game, especially if you really have talent. They'll set your ass up, wet your ass up, and they'll be good, you feel what I'm saying? They'll bow down to them folks and do whatever they say, as long as that price is right, and as long as they can get up to the next stature and level when it comes to financial literacy, status wise, as to what they can do, opening certain doors. But as always, this shit be coming with a price, man. Ain't shit over there for free. All of this shit coming with a price. And he just like, it's like Gotti really don't mind, you get what I'm saying? He can take L out the L. He'll even set the L up for himself, as long as he can walk into certain rooms, as long as he can be seen around certain motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And recruit certain individuals, or it's like, it's something hidden that he's really trying to do. But I feel like the point that he's trying to prove, it don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's only but a couple of ways out of this shit. And he not thinking about a way out, like he only thinking about how he can move up. And anybody and everybody around his ass can be a pawn. You know what I'm saying? Like on a fucking chess puzzle. Like if he needs to move their ass or do anything extreme, trust it will be done. Because it's going to be you before it's him. So I asked, does he have any like closing words or anything you want to say, or like, to see like what's tea. But basically it's like, believe half of what you hear and what the fuck you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, his thing is everybody just should start to pay attention. His thing is unity could help more than anything else in this world. That's what he came and did. He felt like he came and conquered, and he still had a little bit more work to do when it came to his community and his family. But I feel behind closed doors, he really did do the best that he could. I also feel a sense of, watch the ones that's close to you, because those same people will leave your ass high and dry when shit don't be going their way and shit is fucked up, But I do see him in a better space, in a better position where he's currently at. And him just watching, like sitting back and observing everything and every fucking body involved in his demise. And he has faith that the truth is going to come out, like the real truth, like what really happened is going to come out. And who all really was involved is really going to come out, because everybody is fucking connected in this shit. And I just feel like for the youth, it's like he's saying, you don't have to be in the street or hood or none of that, for you to be a good person. And especially for the black boys, a good man. You don't have to do nothing that nobody else is doing. Just be you and do you. You know what I'm saying? And if motherfuckers ain't rocking with it and motherfuckers don't like it, then that's on them. That's a personal problem. Wake up every day, get you some money, grind, focus, love your family, because that's really gangster overall. Take care of your business, take care of yourself, and mind your business. All of that friend shit is cool, but get you some solid people that really believe in you and want to do better. And if not, you be the fucking example. Fuck the other shit. So